Hey, so I'm in the middle of prepping for a launch right now, and I'm not gonna lie, like this is a lot of work. It's totally worth it, but it got me thinking today. I'm like, gosh, I can't believe I haven't quit already. There's so many things that going wrong, like with the microphone not working and the lighting not working properly for the pre-launch videos, and just things that like really put a halt on the whole plans. When everything already has a tight timeline, it just can get stressful. And it got me thinking about my clients and everyone I work with, coaching to create online courses. And a lot of times I'll do market research and run surveys asking people, why do you want to create an online course? Or like, what are you most excited about as far as creating a course? And a lot of times I'll get answers like, I want to make a bigger impact in the world, or I want to help more people. And that's amazing. But I think all of us, as long as you're a good person, we want to help other people. That just comes naturally, like to be altruistic and help fellow humanity. But I also think that we each have like other real strong desires and things that we want in life. And a lot of times people tend to not either at least verbalize it out loud or admit it to themselves because they feel guilty or feel like they're selfish reasons. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with having like desiring something. I don't care what it is, but admitting that to yourself and like really realizing why it is that you're doing what you're doing is so important to getting yourself to follow through. And without that, I can promise your chances of success of actually completing like this major task or project or goal that you're trying to achieve are so much more less likely if you don't have this. And I don't care what it is. Like if it's you want to go travel the world or you want to not work at a boring 9 to 5 job for the rest of your life, or you want to go buy a Maserati and a bunch of Louis Vuitton purses and Chanel purses. Like that's awesome too. It's whatever you want, and knowing what that is and really getting clarity around that, it gives you so much power and momentum. So when things get tough and when things get frustrating, and normally you would quit, it's gonna give you, instead of focusing on like all the negative, like all you have to do is really reconnect to the reasons why you want what you want, and it will drive you to keep moving forward instead of doing what so many people do and stopping when things get hard or things don't go exactly as planned. And I'll use like myself as an example. A lot of times people ask me like, how did you start your own business? Like, how did you have the courage to do that? I don't really look at it like having a bunch of courage. I don't know. I just put one foot in front of the other. But something that really like drove me, when I was in the corporate world after college, I went into hospital administration, and I loved the job. But at one point, I got offered a pretty big promotion, which is good. Like that's a good thing. But I was also in a relationship that with someone like I really loved, and the promotion required me to move. And I knew he had his own business, and moving just really was an option at the time. Like long distance isn't something that either of us really would want to deal with. It's not, it's possible, like you can definitely do it, but it's just not ideal. And I really hated being put in that situation where I had to make a decision on two things that were really important to me. And I ended up choosing the job, and taking the promotion. But it really hit me on a visceral level where I was like, "Ah, this is not something that's going to happen one time. This is something that's going to be like a reoccurring theme where I'm going to have to choose between like my family and my relationships or my future kids, spending time with them, or going to um, work for 12 hours a day by the time you like get ready, drive, go to work all day, come back. And it really like solidified the fact that I wanted to create a location independent business where I could work wherever, whenever I wanted. So if I wanted to travel to Europe for 3 months, all I needed was my laptop. And I have no problem with working hard. Like I work a lot of hours of the day. I just wanted that freedom and flexibility. And that was enough of a drive for me to uh, stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning after getting home at 8 o'clock at night from my full time job. I would go to work in the morning, like hour long drive there, work all day, hour long back, go to the gym, get back home, like make something to eat real quick, and then from 8 till 2 o'clock in the morning for a good 6 months, I would just work on my business and get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I slept like 4 hours a night for a while, but because I had that why, it was so strong. It like it wouldn't let me quit or wouldn't let me fail. Or when you start getting those self doubts and insecurities, if that reason behind why you're doing what you're doing is strong enough, you'll keep going. So that was a really big thing for me. And then secondly, with creating the courses and really productizing my service-based business. So I've been extremely fortunate and so grateful to have built a very successful business now. And I love what I do. And with saying that, I also would really like to diversify my revenue streams and not always have to rely on working one-on-one consulting wise. I think just like you diversify your portfolio for financial investments, you should diversify your revenue streams for your business as well. It just makes sense. So that is really pushing me to want to also bring in digital products into my business and come up with other partners and maybe software and other types of business models that I could look into, because I want the time. I want the time and the freedom again and the flexibility. And I want to have kids at some point, and I want to be able to enjoy my time with them and not feel like I'm living my life behind a computer. And I spend a lot of hours in front of a computer, sometimes way too many. But those are all like really, really important reasons to me. So again, like that pushes me to keep moving forward when I get frustrated or things are just like not going as fast as I want them to be. Like my poor little puppy, I was getting so agitated earlier. If I raise my voice at all, she gets terrified. Not terrified, but she just goes and hides. So she hid in the closet for like 30 minutes. Now she's fine. She's sleeping next to me. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys because I want you to really think about why it is you want what you want, and don't ever be ashamed for those reasons. Like if you don't want to share it with other people, that's fine. Like you don't have to, but write it down in a piece of paper and like save it where you can look at it yourself and just keep that to heart and know that it's totally worth it if you have clarity around why it is that you're doing this. And I just think that will really help progress things and keep up momentum and keep you inspired. Oh, here she comes to keep going when things get difficult. And yeah, I hope if you guys want to share your reasons, I would love to hear them. But if you want to keep them to yourself, that's just as good too. But I really encourage you to do this.